I don't even know if they know what time it is, man. I don't know if they know what time it is, but I'm going to tell them it's time for KP Video News.
That's right.
That's right, it's KP Video News, y'all.
That's right, it's time for KP Video News, and we coming back strong. We trying to get it on and keep it going on here. Okay, this is Ohio. Story out of Columbus, Ohio. Ohio taking a second look at 83 cases wrongfully convicted inmates. And the state of Ohio is making a move to renew the cases of 83 people who have been wrongfully convicted in the state since 1989. The states hope to minimize the number of wrongful convictions that greatly affect the lives of innocent people who are sent to jail for crimes they did not commit. A task force on conviction integrity and post-conviction review has been established to look at the wrongful convictions in Ohio as a result of mistaken eyewitness identifications, coerced false confessions, misconduct by police and prosecutors, and misleading forensic evidence. We know from exoneration data that justice isn't always served in our state, and that the task force would be a great step in making improvements. Supreme Court Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor said in a statement, out of the 83 total, 32 of those were convicted of murder, 8 of which were once on death row. They represent a combined 883 years of lives behind bars on an average of 10.6 years each. They are expected to be compensated after losing years of their lives in prison. Since 1981, the state of Ohio has paid out a total of $30.7 million in damages for wrongful imprisonment and freed 75 prisoners, which amounts to only about $55,000 per year. Meanwhile, the Ohio Innocence Project, led by its co-founder Mark Ghazi, has been working to help free those who are wrongfully convicted, citing the risk to public safety if the justice system continues jailing innocent people. Every time you convict an innocent person, the true perpetrator remains on the street to commit more crimes. Hear, hear. And here we go with another case about convictions. So, district attorney leading efforts to dismiss 66,000 marijuana convictions in California. Los Angeles, California courts have been ordered to dismiss around 66,000 marijuana convictions, even those going back decades. The move, initiated by Los Angeles County District Attorney Jackie Lacey, is considered the largest such undertaking in the state's history. We believe it is the largest effort in California to wipe out old criminal convictions in a single court motion, Lacey said. In 2016, Proposition 64 was passed and legalized marijuana in California and ordered the prosecutors in the state to reduce the past marijuana convictions from felonies to misdemeanors. Lacey, who decided to go even further, have requested for the dismissal of all eligible cannabis-related convictions. She also expanded the criteria to show above and beyond the parameters of the law to ensure that many more people would benefit from the historic moment in time. Eligible for the conviction dismissal were those who are 50 years of age or older, those who has not been convicted of a crime in the last 10 years, those who are with the conviction who successfully completed probation, and those with a conviction under the age of 21. About 62,000 who had felony cannabis convictions and 3,700 who had misdemeanor possession convictions that were prosecuted in different cities would benefit from the move. It is expected to alleviate their struggle of finding a job or housing because of a criminal record. Moreover, Lacey, who is running for a third term as district attorney in Los Angeles, also wanted to make sure that the court would seal the convictions. If you have a record, you don't have to worry about even going through and having it sealed. We're making it a motion to seal it because we realize that's the issue, Lacey said. When you go to apply for a job, you go to apply for housing, and your record comes up even though we've expunged it, and that may not give you help. So, Jackie Lacey, this was a story about Jackie Lacey wanting to overturn all these convictions. and this was dated on February 28th. However, just in the past 2 days, Jackie Lacey was in the middle of a controversy because her husband pulled a gun on the Black Lives Matter people that were protesting her house. They had been protesting her office pertaining to them wanting to discuss the convictions of a lot of black people that are locked up in prison, and for some reason she has basically had over the years had a track record. She's been there for decades. This is not anything new. She's been there for a long time. So therefore, she's up for re-election. The election was yesterday, and I have to get the results of that. However, her husband did pull a gun, allegedly pulled a gun on the Black Lives Matter group that was protesting her house the other day, and that's a story that I'm going to have to do a little further research on to get it so I can bring that up. And this story right here is pretty graphic, so I'm not going to really get into too much of it, and I'm letting you know ahead of time it's graphic. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link on the on the page. I'm going to put the link there so you can go and check it out for yourself. And this is a story called "Cashing In on the Donated Dead: The Body Trade." And in the United States market for human bodies, almost anyone can dissect and sell the dead. Part 1. When Americans leave their bodies to science, they are also donated to commerce. Cadavers and body parts, especially those of the poor, let me read that again. The cadavers and body parts, especially those of the poor, are sold in a thriving and largely unregulated market. Grisly abuses abound. And it's Las Vegas. The company stacked brochures in funeral parlors around Las Vegas. On the cover, a couple clasping hands above an image, a promise providing options in your time of need. The company's Southern Nevada Donor Services offered grieving families a way to eliminate expensive funeral costs, free cremation in exchange for donating a loved one's body to advanced medical studies. Outside Southern Nevada's suburban warehouse, the circumstances were far from comforting. In the fall of 2015, neighboring tenants began complaining about a mysterious stench and bloody boxes in a dumpster. That December, local health records show someone contacted authorities to report odd activities in the courtyard. Health inspectors found a man in a medical scrubs holding a garden hose, and he was thawing a human torso in the midday sun. I'm going to leave it at that, and I want you to go to this article, and it's going to be the articles at Reuters.com. Investigate special report, USA body brokers. I'm going to put the link on the page because, like I said, it's pretty graphic, and this is like, just say you live in the inner city, you don't have enough money to bury your loved one. So therefore, these brochures are there, and they say, well, hey, we'll do your funeral for free. We'll give you a free cremation. However, what you have to do is donate these body parts to science. But those body parts are not just going to science, they're going to an array of areas. And, oh man, you got to read this article, then you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's pretty graphic.
KB video.
Peace.